Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing an unboxing. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to fit under the camera because there's quite a bit of stuff in here. So this thing has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 knives. One of them is a utility knife. We are going to open it today. I'll try and make it fit on the table. I cleaned the table for this video so that it doesn't look like an absolute disaster for you guys. Look, there's space. I mean, over here it's still a disaster, but there's space. Well, we don't need a knife to open it, but we'll pull something out of the Grail box to open it just because I want to. This is a Tesseract Tactical NF1 S35VN, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about this that you could have gotten at Walmart for $25. It is a set of 7 folding knives. One of their Christmas deals, and at this point I don't think that the mat is really going to do any help, so we'll get rid of the mat for this video as well. Anyway, this one came off of this knife. Put that back on. Okay. So you're getting 7 knives for 25 bucks. That's a little over $3 a knife. We're going to go ahead and start off with this camo one right here. Not super smooth. Tip down only. Does it come sharp? And of course this is a subjective test. It doesn't really tell you if it's super sharp or not. Okay, yeah, that's actually really sharp. Okay. That's knife number 1. Knife number 2 is a flipper with a seatbelt cutter in the back. This is a Tonto. A little bit of oil from the factory. This one feels... oh! Yep, nylon washers. This, when you're opening it, the glass breaker right here actually stabs you a little bit right there if you hold it wrong. At least that one flicks open smooth. Then we have one with a crossbar lock from Mossy Oak, not Ozark Trail this time. So, not the smoothest knife I've held. We'll try and break it in here on the video real quick. Okay, I will say that the way that this is designed, these crossbar handles, I guess, is actually really nice. Now, again, I'm not here to tell you to buy anything. The way that they're shaped makes it really easy to grab them, and it doesn't hurt to do so one-handed or with your thumb or something. It doesn't hurt. Which actually there's quite a few others that I have that you can't do with your thumb because it hurts too much. So, tip up carry too. Actually, this one might not be too bad. Centering looks pretty good, not the best, but right on up there with where I wouldn't be disappointed. Again, you're getting all of these for a little over $3 a pop, so that one was smooth. Okay. We'll go ahead and test the sharpness because I'm not remembering to do all that. And this isn't spring assisted either. It's just kind of smooth. Not as sharp as the first one. You might not be able to tell based on the video, but I can tell based on the sound. Yep, that one's not as sharp as the first one either. I would like to know if these things hold their edge, and I already know that Knives, I guess, will probably be doing a live stream on these at some point. So I won't need to do it myself. Here's the next one. Seems like we got a lot of copies. This one's a lot smoother than this one, though. Is it sharper, though? Yeah, they're all pretty dang sharp. Nothing that I would complain about. It's actually, by the looks of it, a pretty good set. And for those of you who don't like sharpening your knives, you get 6 of them. Let's see, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 of the same knife. So if you get used to this knife and you don't like sharpening it, you can just swap out for one of the other 3. Not bad, actually. That's not a bad deal. I've spent much more on worse knives, which I hate to admit, but it's true. And then this lockback utility knife. This feels cheap. Like, this feels really cheap. I might recommend against even using this thing. It is... And that feels light for some reason. I wonder why that is. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Who would that surprise? I mean, let's be real here. Now, this is a lockback. The reason it feels so cheap, I already know, is because of the weight. These scales weigh nothing. It is a tip-down carry only by the looks of it. Yep. Yeah, overall interesting, but I don't know if I'd carry this one at all. I'd probably maybe use it, but for your guys' safety, I'm going to recommend against carrying this one. The other ones seem perfectly fine. I haven't, you know, it's not a button lock, so I don't expect the lock to fail or anything. And we can go ahead and test this one real quick. Let's do that on this. Hand out of the way. A little bit of ringing. Yep, just as many problems as it came with, which isn't really a problem, it's just not very smooth. I'm sure that'll change over the time, and if you oil it, I'm sure it'd make it better too. So let's real quick look at all these one-on-one. We're going to drop the camera back down so that it's back to where it should be. Kind of center this thing. There we go. Okay, we're going to start off with the first one and get a really good look at all these things. It uses T6 for everything except for the pivot screw, stone-washed blades, probably 3CR. Nothing really to complain about. Nested liners. Stop pin looks fine. This one is a little bit tight, and I'm sure after carrying it for a little while that'll change. I wear a medium-sized glove. I can get a 4-finger grip. Anything or anybody with small-sized hands or medium, I wear a medium. I think I said medium, but I might have said small. Yeah, this thing will fit you just fine if you wear medium or small-sized gloves. I'm barely fitting in medium-sized gloves, and larges are just too large for me, so do with that info what you will. Next one is the Tonto with the seatbelt cutter and the glass breaker. This seems like something you'd stick in your car for if you ever need it, I guess. Glass breaker for breaking glass, no duh. Seatbelt cutter, obvious reasons. Again, 4-finger grip, just fine. They all seem to have the same handle. And with that same handle comes nested liners. Again, overall it's just the same knife over and over again. So I'm not going to show the other knives that are the same. Now we're going to go over to this one, which again, same handle. It's just it has a crossbar lock this time, which is great and all. It could use a little bit of oil. The crossbar actually gets a decent amount of hold in there. It also has an interior stop pin. I can already tell where it's not smooth when it's riding against the tang of the blade right there. It does not like that. So we're going to put a little bit of oil on that thing just to see if it'll work out better. Just a drop right there. Sure you guys can see that if it'll focus. Yep, just a drop. It's no Benchmade, but if you want to get into knives, this is actually a pretty good set for doing so. Again, I don't know how the edge retention is. It's probably not going to be great. But because they're cheap, you could learn how to sharpen on these things as well. Pick out your least favorite color and start practicing sharpening on these things. I think that that's probably the right way to go. That's why I would recommend this. If you don't want to go out and buy separate knives to do that, then you just buy this set and learn how to sharpen on these things. Watch some Outdoors 55 videos. You will pick it up fairly fast if, just try it out. Appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully you have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next one. Fortunately, the video cut out a little bit, so there's a few cuts here in the video. But that was all. No mess ups or anything. Y'all have a great one.